I'm Jason.
I'm Will.
Welcome to the Shit Show. So, obviously, elephant in the room. We've been gone for a little while. To be honest, that's because we stick true to our name, y'all. We are a shit show. We have had no idea how to fix an issue that we've been having for weeks, literally. We've just now got it figured out.
The camera.
Yeah, well, I mean, we knew it was the
wasn't
camera.
pulling up.
But, so, we thought it was the cord. We tried switching the cords. We tried so many different things, but we never thought, oh, wait a minute. Is it the USB-Cs in the computer? So the USB-Cs in the back, donezo. So we got that figured out. Yay, we have a camera again. So it's been a tumultuous journey, but we're here. Figured, obviously since there's been a big gap, it'd be good to, catch up with everybody, talk about what's transpired during the break. You want me to start? You want to start? Or you want to go? Go.
Go.
So wait, it is the 13th? Oh yeah, so we definitely have a talk.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah, Friday the 13th.
For all you Jason Voorhees lovers out there.
Happy Friday the 13th there, Warren. You're trying to pull out your Jason.
There we go.
Yep. Damn, that's what we should have done. We should have done like a little small portion of the episode out getting Friday the 13th tattoos.
It says we still can.
This is true.
Sure, there's a tattoo parlor around the corner somewhere.
God, who says parlor anymore? We're old. I mean, I would definitely still say parlor. Oh, you know what? Actually, funny enough, I took Sarah to Nora's for her birthday.
Yeah.
And we were originally trying to go to this place called Slice, which is a horror-themed pizza place here in Vegas.
I've heard of it.
Dude, nothing online says anything about them being closed down. Empty, bro. Like, you can, it was, completely empty. The sign's still up. We pulled up. There's no cars. It's not in a good area of town to begin with. So we're like, oh, maybe this is part of the aesthetic. You get up and you walk up and you look into the windows and it's just empty. So either they closed and told no one, or they changed locations and didn't update Google. Yeah. But so we were originally going there for her birthday. That didn't pan out, so we're like, okay, let's go to Nora's. That's our favorite. We made reservations to go there. The soonest we could go was 45 minutes away. But we're in the bad area of town, which is like by the stratosphere. So we're like, hey, let's go to Deja Vu and check out the sex shop. And as I was walking by, I actually saw Tyler inside the shop tattooing. Because their shop's right next to it.
That's right.
Yeah. My dad used to tattoo with his buddy Tyler, and
Trying to get my half sleep.
yeah. He's like when my dad stopped tattooing and when my dad left Vegas, if anyone was like, hey, who should I get a tattoo from? That's usually who my dad was like, hey, go to this guy. So that's who Will went to, and that's what made me think about that, is because he's been right there next door every time, and I actually got to see Tyler. I didn't go in and see him because you're kind of a rush, but
Oh, so you were.
yeah, dude, for
Okay.
sure, I was. So I was like, I see him looking in the window.
It's good enough. No.
I know. Dude, all I was missing is the flat palm heavy breathing.
Oh shit, he saw me. Let's go. Go. Get in the car.
Pull over at Super Troopers. Bend over, touch your toes. I'm gonna show you with wild goosebumps. I love that fucking movie.
Show you with a wild.
But yeah, so that was fun. Over Thanksgiving, I worked because my family's all in Oklahoma. Sarah's family's here. Some of her family's here. A lot of them back in New York. But they're not. like they're a big Italian family. They usually do like Italian dishes and stuff like that. So I didn't think they'd actually do turkey and stuff. So I was like, yeah, I'll work. I'll make that super good extra money and call it a day. So I didn't really have much of Thanksgiving. But you did, right?
Yeah, it was alright. It was pretty good. Hung out with all my family. Just drank all day.
Nice.
Watched football.
Yeah, did you say you started drinking at like 8 a.m. on Thanksgiving? 10. Okay. Hey, I'm not hating.
Yeah, it was solid. Had a good time. Hung out with family. You know,
That's cool.
it was chill.
Was Jay there all his kids?
Yeah. Yeah, it was at his house.
Oh. I wasn't sure now that he's the Mr. Politician man. He's too busy for. I don't know. I don't know what Jay has to do.
Oh, he's always busy for us, but I still see him all the time because I help him with the kids. So.
Yeah, we talked about that on last episode or the episode before that about his brother winning office. So.
He's just preparing to go. He doesn't actually.
Start yet? When does his term start? Is it
It's
like same day as the president type thing?
It's like the 2nd of February, I think. He said? Something like that. He'll go to legislature. Into session. Which means he has to go to first city. Until June.
Oh my god. Yo, you know what you and I should do that I just learned about? Have you heard of Dig Las Vegas?
Big?
Yes.
What is that?
It's an adult sandbox. Well, and when I say adult sandbox, I mean you can choose between backhoes, bulldozers, anything you want. Just fucking move solid earth with giant pieces of equipment. They even have, you can do like skill-based games where they have like,
Oh my god, dude.
where they have like bucket operators, and then you guys have to like flip tires on like different like sided like different colors on different sides that play like tic-tac-toe with giant top. Dude, it's crazy. And I'm like, I've always wanted to operate bulldozers and you know what I mean, like backhoes.
That'd be cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
So we should definitely do that.
How cool would it be to bulldoze a car?
Yeah, well, I mean, you're just doing Earth, but that would be cool.
Still.
Oh, and there's
So they have like a dig version of a raid room?
that's I mean, I feel like that's still kind of what it
That would
is
be
because
really expensive though.
you get to like move and drop boulders. You know what I mean? Like to
But
me,
what about
but how I feel like
how fucking satisfying would that be to run over a car with a bulldozer?
it would be, but
Does anyone else agree with me on this here?
but if I could drop a giant
I'm
boulder
just
onto
saying.
another giant boulder, I feel like that would be more satisfying because both of them probably weigh more than a car. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
especially imagine if it was like a geode, and you're like, and you're like, oh shit, there's cool shit in there, you know?
Theoretically, you could just drive right out to the lot and just drop it in someone's car. Like.
True. I know they gotta have something like.
Yeah, no, there's definitely no way you can get those machines out of there. They probably designed it that way.
Kill switches. They've got to have like barrier kill switches,
Oh,
or if they
probably.
don't, that would be genius. You're welcome, Dig Las Vegas. Oh, and another thing that we could do that you might be interested in, you might not. There's a place called Peacock Mine.
Like a shopping cart lot.
Yeah, kind
Yeah.
of like that. Yeah, have you ever heard of Peacock Mine?
Yeah. No.
It's okay. It's cool, but it sucks. So it's in Nevada, but it's like the farthest point of Nevada you can get from us, the most northwest.
Jesus.
So it's 9.5 hours in a drive.
fucking Christ, dude.
I would definitely prefer to probably fly, but it's a place where you can go to pay to mine for your own opal. Because it's in an opal-rich area, and obviously they can't guarantee that you'll get anything. But, you know, I've taken geology classes, and I've learned a decent amount about rocks. And, yeah.
Literal geologist.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude.
I'm like literal geologist.
Well, I mean,
bro. Like,
honestly, I know the main key to helping find opal. I'm not going to say it on here, no offense, but I'll tell you after we're done.
Dave could probably tell you. We would probably hands down find opal.
Do we have a mute button on this? I don't know. Yeah,
Anyway.
we'll talk about it after. But yeah, it's cool. You can go and mine opal and take home whatever you find.
That's really cool.
Imagine if you found $150,000 piece of opal. That's usually like black opal or I saw this one recently. It's like I can't remember what it's called, but it has like striations in it, like straight lines creating 90-degree angles in the color pattern of the opal, and it's really super cool. It's like super rare. Let me see if I can figure out what it was. Oh, I probably also should have opened our comments so that way I can engage with it. I don't know how we used to have the comments up there, and somehow it went away, and I don't know why.
Who was that?
Somebody got kicked out of the casino. Mickey something. I don't know who that is. All right, cool. God, I don't know why, but that vape smells like medicine. Like the old cough medicine. Sorry, doing our posty post.
That's a terrible picture. Honestly, there's no good angles in this damn room. There just isn't.
I just like doing weird stuff.
Here, you go ahead and do your thing with that.
Well,
But anyway,
do you
guys,
have the link up? The link for the YouTube already copied? If anybody watches this, if you've used the link from Instagram, let us know if you had any issues. Because for a while, it was sending people to a random Instagram page, including myself. I tried it, and it sent me to some random page. So I don't know what that was about. But
Share the page link or
yeah, so yeah, I usually go to the channel. You can copy that. And just go to Instagram.
we wouldn't know. You ever the picture?
Yeah, but you gotta do it in your story for the link to work.
That's what I was doing, wasn't it?
No, that was in your fucking. That was to your page, Will. That wasn't to your story.
We're still live, man.
I know.
I gotta
That's
do
what I was. That's what I was like. I don't know why you're trying to do this now. It's already too late. Might as well just keep on rocking it.
No one's gonna know that we're even doing this.
Except for our subscribers.
Maybe
If they subscribe, that means they get notifications.
you can opt out of notifications. Even
Well,
as
I mean, yeah, that's true.
subscribers.
If they opt out of it, but here, if it makes you feel better, I'll post it. Sorry, guys. Hey, well, like I said, we always live up to our shit show title. You know what I mean? Like
Good try.
we're not faking the funk. We are who we are. Oh man, can I not go to it now that we're live? Like share. Messenger. No, I don't want messages. I want to do story. Instagram chat. Instagram story. Where you at? Of course, it never works out how you want it to.
No, it never does.
I'm just gonna have to close it. Close our live so I can try to go to the page and see if that'll work. It looks like we might have somebody, or oh no, it's both of us. So it looks like we should be fine for now.
Yeah, we'll be okay.
But I don't know why. Sleep longer. I want to go to the fucking page. Can you not go to an accounts? crazy. It won't. Literally, it won't let me go to our page when we're live. It forcefully takes me to the live.
Well, it looks like I'm gonna have to be the one to do a post.
Mm-hmm. It's weird though that that it'll let me share it to everything but what I need to.
Okay. Save the picture. And now I'm just doing it as a story.
There we go. Figured it out. Jiminy Christmas. Like I said, man, we always live up to our shit show name.
So. All right. Sorry about the pause on that. If anyone is actually watching, but we're posted, so
Yeah,
now
hopefully it
actual
works.
people should be watching at this point. They should be. Well, not at this point, but you get it. After you see the fucking post.
All right, there we go. Jesus Christ. Okay.
This guy. Such a pain in the ass.
Now, yeah, there we go.
He's lucky that he's loved, honestly.
I know. Fuck. Hopefully, I think we waited a pretty decent amount of time this time before saying fuck. So.
That's why I said it. Honestly, I was like, you know what? Fuck this. Quite literally. Fuck this. But anyway, other things that have been going on. Semester is finally over. I ended with 2 A's and a B. Still technically waiting for my final grade from philosophy, but expected to have an A still. So, excited for that. And then preparing for spring semester, work through the holidays. Although I did find out that I have 5 days off. Paid.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just because we're going to be closed. So, starting on my birthday, when I get off work, I'm off all the way until the following Thursday.
Nice.
And I get paid for all those days.
That'd be cool. What if you go in and work? Would you get OT?
No.
So,
No, that's not how law works. It's like, take the day off.
all right. So, with that's kind of like a pretty decent update with life, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much just where I'm at right now.
It's been what? It has been 3 weeks or so.
Yeah, it's been 3 weeks. Sorry about that, guys. Been dealing with technical difficulties and dumbasses.
Yeah. Dumbasses are us.
Well,
But-
I mean, I don't fully want to loop myself into that. It is his equipment, you know.
Trust me, anybody who watches this would definitely loop you in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I guess I won't be an asshole about it.
my bunny's been awesome. If anybody saw my post about her on Instagram, she's so cute. If it, I think I've talked about her, right? Yeah, I'm sure I have. She's Snow White, dude. She is like pure white. Albinos can be super red eyes. She's adorable. Currently, I'm actually I missed one of my doctor's appointments, and when I tried to call him back, they're like, "Yeah, he's actually on vacation till the 27th." But my appointment's to re-up my medications. So I've been out of my meds for a couple days. So I'm currently having what we like to call brain zaps, which for anyone who hasn't ever taken SSRIs, whenever you take SSRIs, there's cerebral uptake inhibitors, whatever. So basically, it's increasing serotonin in your brain. So since it's helping with that on a constant, regular basis, if it just stops cold turkey because you run out of your medication, you get what feels like a quick drop in blood pressure.
You okay there, buddy?
Yeah, sorry, I was just trying to read what my coworker was saying. Hi, Mandy. I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. But yeah, so brain zaps are when that extra increase of serotonin is not there. It feels like an electrical surge is going through your brain, or like you can feel every blood vessel in your brain quickly lose all of its blood pressure for a split second. That's what a brain zap feels like. And they get, it's not, and they can get worse and worse, and they can cause you to black out. They can cause all kinds of stuff, migraines, mood swings. I don't think they can cause death or anything like that. I just, yeah.
I don't believe so.
Mandy's with us. Mandy, so as you know, Mandy's my coworker. Anyone who reads the comments, our job is getting crazier and crazier with micromanagement. I mean, like to an insane degree, and it's just, I mean, it's really starting to get to where it feels oppressive. You know what I mean? Like it really does. We're adults, and we can't go on anything on the computer. We can't have phones. We can't read. We can't draw or color. We can't. We're supposed to. Oh, I guess we just recently learned we're only allowed to have 15 minutes of personal breaks a day for restrooms or whatever. And lots of times you'll have a call. Like last week, I had a call where it was a medical alarm. I call through, do you need help or medical assistance? And they're like, yeah, we're still going to try, but let EMS know that just in case it's too late, we do have our imam here, and we're doing last rites. So it's an account that I have to stay on the line with them in case they need anything. So I'm staying on the line with them while I'm listening to the imam reading last rites in the background, and the family members all crying. So I'm just sitting there listening to a bunch of people crying and talking, and then the imam, doing last rites. Yeah, for like 25, 30 minutes.
Horrifying.
Yeah. So I was like, can I take a 5-minute break so I can go hit some nicotine, But like what if I had 2 of those and then I had to have a really long poop? You know what I mean? Like that, then I'm already over my 15 minutes, but I need those mental breaks because we have some crazy shit happen.
Yeah.
I have a guy like.
Yeah, dispatching is not easy, bro.
No.
It's fucked up.
Especially when you do have to sit on the line.
Especially when you feel helpless. Yeah.
Yes, dude.
Completely helpless.
When they're hurt, and you have to stay on the line with them, because there was one time I had a lady that I guess it's called a bureau. I don't know, like a china cabinet. The ones where they like staple it into the wall. It's got the drawers below, but it's got the open shelves in the top portion, that kind of thing, but it's attached to the wall. Part of one of those detached from the wall in this lady's apartment because the floor was uneven, and she had been talking to her her manager about it, like the person who manages the apartment, and it dropped and fell and landed on her. So she hit her medical device, and I'm sitting there listening to her writhing in pain as she's being rushed by a frickin' armoire or bureau, whatever you want to call it. And it's just like, God, this sucks. But
That's fucked.
I mean, it's nice to be able to be there to help them and to try and comfort them and stuff like that. But still, you got to listen to that, and you can't just try to like tune it out either. You have to actively listen, because if you hear one small thing in the background, that can make a huge difference. Did I tell you about the call with them talking about the murder?
Yeah.
I got a medical call where the person was calling through their medical device for something, and two people were talking in the background about a murder, like that they had committed, and we had to send the recordings over to police, and it was wild. See, and see this is Mandy. So this is my coworker. This is her testament too, right here. I had a lady go unresponsive while on a PP account last week. That's the accounts where we stay on the line and stay with them in case they need anything. Same day, she also had 3 strokes and a lady choking. Yeah, we get some stressful shit. So to limit our breaks, when that's one of the reasons that we're allowed personal breaks, you know what I mean? Like, that's the point of a personal break.
Well,
The lady choking took 30 minutes to respond. Wow. It's honestly, it's what, from working at my job, it really makes me feel unsafe with emergency services. Because here, if we call the cops here and we're like, hey, we see somebody breaking into this person's house, is anybody home and in danger? No. 4 hours. Unless there's a direct threat to life, you will not get an immediate response. Period. So if you're calling about your stuff being stolen, broken into, that you're not directly there to be in danger of that person who's stealing it,
they don't care.
they don't give a shit. Well, I mean, I guess they care. They just care at a later date.
They're just going to investigate it instead.
Even one of my coworkers that I worked with, I mean, this was like at the very ending of last year, so basically a year ago. One of my coworkers had her car broken into at our job. They stole her phone. They broke into her car outside the work, whatever. We were overnights at that time. She waited for 4 hours for cops to show up.
That's fucked.
Yeah. Oh my! I hate that. See, and yeah, see, like she said, wrong agency number and took that long to find a good number. That happens a lot too. You'll get like calls where, it's a super serious situation. You call and they're like, 911, blah, 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 what's your emergency? You give them your spiel. They're like, all right, what's the address? They immediately give you attitude. Like they'll be like, 911, what's your emergency? And you're like, I'm blah 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 with blah blah blah. They're like, what's the address of your emergency? As soon as you say that you're an alarm company, their whole demeanor changes completely every time.
What the
They
shit?
hate us because most of what we do does tend to be false alarms. You know what I mean? But still. But yeah. Anyways, so damn, I lost where I was going with that. Yeah, they're bad at that, man. They do. As soon as sorry. As soon as you'll be like, all right, what's the address? And then you'll be like, blah 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 blah, and they'll be like, oh, that's not our jurisdiction. Be like, all right, can you get me to the right one, or give me the number? And then they'll be like, all right, let me find it. And you're like, I'm calling on them. This person sounded like they're dying, and you're like, pulling up a number, just transfer me. Yeah.
call such and such. You son of a bitch. Like,
Yeah, see, that's a big thing too about like the emergency services. I don't trust like emergency dispatchers because I mean we work hard and we're micromanaged like a mofo, and we're a security company, but these 911 dispatchers, I don't know, man. I really have no idea what happens, what goes on in those places. Further, because there's so much craziness just happens. I mean, I know getting desensitized is a thing, but I mean, to the extremes that I've seen and heard is, I mean, honestly, just unacceptable.
yeah.
Like honestly, the one that my mind always goes back to that I physically, if I could ever get my hands on the dispatcher, I would commit violent battery against this woman. The lady that mocked that woman as she was drowning in her car.
What the hell?
Oh yeah, I would beat that dispatcher probably to death.
What the hell happened? How was someone drowning in their car?
So she
They drove into a body of water or what?
No, so there was flooding going on, and the lady, what basically something happened to where her car ended up getting swept down further, and the lady's literally screaming for help, and she's saying that the water's getting higher, and the dispatcher at one point scolds her, and at one point mocks her.
What the fuck? Like, what did she say?
It's not going to help anything, like that. So it was something along those lines.
I hope she got fired.
Oh, that's good to know. Mandy just said that they have phones out. They're allowed to have internet, coloring books, all that stuff that we don't. Maybe that's why we don't get all that fun stuff. Maybe they should take it away from police and fire and ambulance dispatchers. All of them.
Union. They're probably all in a union.
God, we should be able to join that union then. Shit.
You can vote one in. Get your coworkers involved.
Yeah, I doubt that'd work out.
Oh, you wouldn't be able to do it in an obvious way, because anyone could get fired during the process prior to voting.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. As soon as our company heard anything of that, I'm sure they'd be like, "Nope,
But
goodbye."
there's ways to communicate subtly. So, food for thought. Just saying. But if you do decide to go down that rabbit hole, you contact the union that's trustworthy. Because there's a lot of bullshit ones out there that'll just work to get a deal done with a company without really caring about your benefit very much. Because once you put it in the union's hands, they make the decisions on the contract.
Yeah.
You guys do not. So make sure you actually have a union that has your benefits in mind.
I don't think anybody has anybody's benefits in mind. I don't trust human beings that have good faith, well intentions.
Oh no, there's good unions out there for sure.
I don't
I'm just
believe
saying.
they're trusted. I'm sure there's some kind of underlying fucking.
Like anything government controlled is typically good. Typically.
Anything controlled by human beings? No. There's corruption and fucking lies and scandals and greed.
Probably to some extent, but
Dude, everywhere from the government to the Catholic
it's-
Church.
It's not that serious inside like the work environment.
I don't know. If BlackRock was not a thing, maybe then.
Like if you get involved in the politics of a union, yeah, sure, you're gonna deal with all that, but
No, I no, I'm saying I think humanity is inherently evil.
yeah, that's fair.
I honestly think that most of the good, or the good, is slowly being waned out for real.
You don't think we're capable of intrinsic good?
Mm-mm. No, I don't, because we finally had, like, 2014 was like where we had the least amount of civil wars, active wars, It was like the lowest point in humans killing humans we've ever had, type shit. Like that's when I was like, okay, maybe we can actually make some progress. Maybe you know what I mean? Like maybe we do have a future, but we're literally on the brink of World War III with nuclear warheads right now. And not only that, since then we've lived through so much like historical stuff,
I know.
global pandemics, frickin' almost the United States splitting again when we had frickin' January 6th, people doing all that, like just like stuff you'd never expect or think would happen.
Oh.
So
Yeah, it's been nuts, dude. We have lived through some crazy shit.
yeah, I feel like that's because of money. If I truly feel like
Greed, power.
if the world was on a barter system rather than like actual money,
I think it'd be better.
I
If we had no currency.
well, so because with a barter system you have to trade and
Supply.
yeah, yeah. So if you
Give me what you got, and I'll give you what I got.
exactly, so if you don't go out and get something, you don't get something. You know what I'm saying? So
Oil for fresh water, done.
there you go.
Like oil for fucking food.
Exactly. There you
We
go.
want livestock.
And then you don't have all these big corporations like Big Pharma. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
or healthcare. You know what I'm saying? Like the healthcare people, we should definitely talk about that. Honestly, we have to because I mean everybody saw it. Everybody's been talking about it. We have to. It's obviously definitely crazy. It's wild that we're in a day and age where it's like oh shit, people like, because people always say people can only take so much. There's a breaking point, but you never feel like you're actually going to see that breaking point. You feel like something's going to change or something will blow over or whatever, but that will make things kind of subside or die down or whatever. You never see like I don't know, this big mega corporation's being, persecuted. It looks like, you're gonna win rights for people or whatever, and then they end up just getting this, giant fat fee and have to pay a bunch of money, and that doesn't do anything for anyone. So
Yeah, it's nuts, dude.
it's crazy, but I get it because they have his company had the highest freaking denials of any healthcare company. He was being sued for shorting stock. It's not like he was this, perfect man. He did have a wife. He had kids, and it breaks my heart for them.
Probably.
You know?
Businessman.
Yeah, they didn't deserve it. But that's exactly what it is.
It's like that's just what he does.
That's exactly it. To me, it's you love that person and you understand that person. You understand that person is what they do and the risks that come along with that. You know what I'm saying? If you're like, my husband's such a cutthroat businessman, do you not understand that also means that somebody on the other end is getting screwed over? And if he's a high up businessman, those people that are getting screwed over tend to be little common day, everyday people. They don't think about it until, I guess, it takes their husband getting I don't know.
Yeah, right.
But it shouldn't have to take vigilante justice to start making things right. But I'm for it because I kind of had a little hope when, not hope. Okay, when the Trump thing happened, I was like, all right, cool. Maybe this will send.
Wake-up call?
Yeah, exactly. I thought the Trump thing was going to be the wake-up call to the rich and powerful.
No, we elected the motherfucker 4 years later.
I know. 4 years longer, I know what you meant. But
no, 4 years later, we elected him.
He just got shot at like a couple months ago.
Yeah, and
That's not 4 years later. We didn't elect him 4 years later. Then he got shot at. We elected him 4 months after
I
he
was
got
talking
shot
about
at.
the January 6th.
I'm not talking about that.
You were talking about the January 6th.
No, I'm not.
I heard you say January 6th, dude.
5 or 10 minutes ago. Yeah.
Oh.
You damn, are you zoning out, man?
I think so, obviously. Shit.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. We're talking about the CEO.
Oh.
Because the
They're talking about Trump.
no, well, yeah, with that, because he got shot at 6 months ago.
Oh, yeah.
Because we were originally
So
talking
that
about the
one dude in
CEO, and
Pennsylvania.
yeah, and that's why I was like, I originally thought that Trump was going to be the wake up call, and that's how we went from the CEO to
Oh,
the Trump
yeah.
thing. Yeah, because
Gotcha.
I thought when he was shot at, when Trump was shot at, that would send a huge wake up call to all the rich and powerful that hey, everyday people are out here gunning for you, and there will be people that you've crossed that line that it is absolutely worth
And they
losing their life to
and
take
then-
yours.
And they just blame you.
Yeah, period.
Because you're at the top of the pyramid.
But obviously it didn't change anything. He did get elected. But then the United Healthcare thing, like, is this going to be a trend now, or is this going to be is this enough now? You know what I'm saying? Because I saw
Rich people are probably just going to start investing more in security now.
dude, yes.
Like,
So
that's really it. Security's about to get a boost in market.
this I saw this thing where this private security guy was interviewed, and he said since the CEO got shot, he's had 47 healthcare executives reach out for high-end private 24-hour security. He said he's made millions because of that guy.
That's amazing.
So they know that people are ready and gunning. So this is some kind of wake-up call. But you never know. They may be like, now I have bodyguards. I don't have to worry about that. Let me go ahead and screw over more homeless people and millions of regular Joes.
Yeah.
You know what I always think about when I think about rich people screwing over everyday people?
What?
I can't remember the name of the movie. Maybe you will. With Eddie Murphy, where they bet if they can make him a billionaire and ruin him over a dollar bill. Do you remember that movie?
Was that Eddie Murphy? I thought that was someone else.
I thought it was
I
Eddie
know what you're talking about. Where he had to spend a certain amount of money.
I don't remember. Rich Coming to America? No, dude, I don't. Coming to America is the other one where he's the prince.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of the
That
movie.
was
but
Richard Pryor, the movie you're talking about. Banksy's Millions or something like that.
Let's see. If anybody in the comments knows, tell us what it is.
His name is Richard Pryor. But he has to spend like a phenomenal millions of dollars in 24 hours.
No, that's a different movie.
No?
Yeah, it's a different movie.
Well, then what movie are you?
Murphy. The $1 bet, Trading Places. That's what it is. Trading Places. Yeah.
I don't.
You don't remember that movie? Oh my God! So literally, these two rich white men bet $1 that they can turn this everyday Joe Schmo, Eddie Murphy.
I do know it.
Thank you, Mandy. I should have just stayed in the comments. She pulled it out. But yeah, and their whole thing is they make him rich and just screw him over. Just do it that they could. And the bet was $1.
They ended up fucking them over anyway.
He did. He ended up screwing them over, and it was good. And you know what's funny? Those two rich guys, I actually think were probably the inspiration for the old Muppets. I said I saw it. She said it's Trading Places. But the two Muppets from the balcony, the hecklers, I always thought about it being those two guys.
That's funny.
But yeah, it makes me think of that. Like the rich and powerful think they can do whatever they want. So everyone has a limit. Everyone has that line in the sand.
But when you can spend money at that kind of volume, it doesn't help the ego.
It does not. Yeah, because you're not going to think about, oh, wait a minute, that person in the grocery store that I just treated like absolute dog shit and embarrassed and said I'll buy this whole store just so I can fire him because I'm rich and famous, blah, 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 whatever. That bag checker may have mental disorders and may be on SSRIs, just trying to get by in life. And you're their 13th reason to snap off and kill everyone. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Don't be the 13th reason why.
yeah, that you never know. So I hope it is more of a wake-up call to all them rich bastards. But we'll see. I don't know. I feel like vigilantism works. It sucks, but it does work.
That's a wake-up call for sure.
Mm-hmm. I'd rather vigilantism than a fucking...
Everyone's got a target on their back.
I'd rather that than a civil war.
That's bad. You just say that doesn't happen anyway.
God, I was watching this video on wars the other day about just like all the wars of the past 20 years. And there's some wars that have just been going on for like so long and nobody ever talks about them anymore. It's just still constantly going. And I'm like, damn, I'd never remember about those because they haven't talked about them in years. And it's like civil wars and stuff. And some of them never even get coverage. So I'm like, oh, what? Those countries are fighting?
Yeah, like Israel and Palestine.
Yeah, like that. But
Like they had been technically in a war for like hundreds of years. Like,
yeah.
If not thousands. Like, god damn.
Yeah, but there's...
Those two have always fucking hated each other.
But like so how there had been like a little bit of peacetime before the Hamas thing on October. There's countries that haven't had that. Like literally, there's been bullets flying every single day for 20, 30 fucking years.
That's so wild.
Just these little tiny countries that a lot of them I hadn't even heard of, and they're just popping off and kill like Mozambique. Why does Mozambique want to try and kill a bunch of people? Whatever, man. I don't get it. Yeah, it's just
Population?
I don't know. Do you remember the Coney thing?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh man, I don't know if you guys remember that, but the Coney's Child Army. That shit was rough. It feels like that was forever ago, but I don't think it was.
I don't know.
I can't even tell. Yeah, I can't even think about when all that happened. Weird. I also just learned that. I always knew that King Tut was inbred, but I never knew that he had a clubbed foot, extra wide hips, a severe overbite, and like an enlarged like dome. And I can walk with a cane. That's their God King. Which is so that's
You
may happy. Never gonna full retard. No.
Never.
I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude. I fucking love that movie so much.
I'm still, to this day, so satisfied with the fact that he got to do that before it was politically incorrect.
Yo, it's
To do blackface.
technically it's always been politically incorrect. It's just you know what I mean?
It hasn't, okay? It was never a thing until a few years ago. Some random people that don't even identify in that fucking race decided, this is racist! Bitch, no one said a fucking word about the Wayans brothers who dressed up as two fucking white blonde bitches with blue eyes.
Well, so
No one said a motherfucking thing about Robert Downey Jr. when he fucking dressed up in Tropic Thunder.
well, no, so that's
No one said a word
Will,
about
stop,
Ben
stop,
Stiller going
stop,
full
stop.
retard.
So
Before retard was a bad word.
yes, but so you still have Coney merch? Hell yeah. So
Sorry, this is a subject I'm very sensitive.
so the Jim Crow, you know what Jim Crow?
Yeah.
Jim Crow laws?
Yeah.
Do you know who Jim Crow was?
Yeah.
A comedian who did blackface.
Oh. Yeah.
And
No.
that's where it came from for
Mm.
yeah. So so yeah, it's always been associated with not good. But that's
Yeah,
what
but he also did it in a very specific way.
I mean, he was doing comedy, yeah, but he was playing it up because his name was Jumpin' Jim Crow.
I know. He was
And he was
super racist.
and
also.
yeah, he was supposed to be like he was the
Friends
black
with Charles
comic
fucking
relief.
Lindbergh and yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I get it. Fucking piece of shit, basically.
That's what I'm saying. So like putting on the black race is always kind of like brown. You know what I'm saying?
Part of,
Black is different.
He was-
Like actual black. Because Marine, you know what I'm saying? Marines, sports, the color black.
He was one of the public figures on. Wasn't he one of the public figures on trial for sedition in 1944? Yes, he was. That's what I thought. I just heard that podcast recently.
It's crazy. And all
And I
that's
was like, dude, that was insane. Like, dude, they actually tried to make American Nazi Germany in
And
1944.
and that's less than 100 years ago.
Technically, their plan was for a coup to go down after the 1940 election, but it didn't go through for whatever reason. And then 1944 was everything caught up to them because it was the end of the Nazi regime, and so we were recovering a shit ton of secret documents. We were arresting huge public figures and military figures in the Nazi army, and
Did you see that
and we
guy?
were getting all this information on fucking American congressmen that were apparently planning to form a coup with all these different racist ass groups to basically bring Nazi Germany here. Like, that's what they were trying to do. They were trying to they were trying to expand Germany to America. Like, that's exactly what they tried to do. Racist assholes. Because they were tired of... Like, this was before the Civil Rights Movement even happened. This was 20 years before the Civil Rights Act. So, it was still a very sensitive time as far as equality goes.
I was trying to find it. Yeah. So this was 8 days ago. Former Nazi camp guard, now 100 years old, can face trial. German court rules. A former Nazi SS
Why
guard
now?
accused of aiding and abetting over 3,300 murders at Sachsenhausen camp during World War II could face trial.
Why? Why now?
I don't know.
Like, that makes no sense.
I know they're like, let's wait, I don't know, 60-something years, 80 years, whatever.
It's like, you're gonna go after a guy when he can't even fucking process where he is?
I know, he probably can't even pee. He probably can't walk.
Like, I'd be shocked if the dude could hold the conversation. Let alone know where the fuck he is.
I know. They'll be like, sir, were you present at Sachsenhausen camp in 1943? And he'll be like, I don't know where I am now. Like, what?
Fucking Germans.
Uh,
Jesus fucking Christ.
Hey, at least
They're just...
they're still doing it. I mean, they're still holding him accountable.
I'd say about 60 fucking years too late, but
Yeah, way too late. I mean, you kind of missed World War II and the Nuremberg trials. You're just going to persecute a triple-digit Nazi.
I mean, if you want to get fucking technical, they still didn't technically get to full democracy back in Germany until, what, 1984? 1980? When did the East Wall fall? It was in the 80s. I know that.
I think it was like 84, 80, something like that.
I'm pretty sure it's 84.
Hail Hydra.
I don't fucking know.
My friend,
Y'all get it, though.
my friend Sebastian's like Hail Hydra. I do that to people sometimes. Like, if I haven't seen somebody in a while, I'll be like, oh, hey, I'll give them a hug. Hail Hydra.
Yeah, it's really funny. East Berlin was still completely ran by what's it called? Actually, it was the Soviet
Communism.
Union.
Yeah.
It was the Soviet Union that had control of East Berlin, and West Berlin was fully ran democratically.
Yeah, and they try to starve out our half. So the United States, France, and England pulled together the most insane fucking feat ever. They had 2,700 planes a day dropping off like 1,300 tons of supplies each plane. They had a plane taking off it was like 3 or 13 minutes. I know it had a 3 and it was real short, so it was 3 or 13 minutes. They had planes going because the communists had cut off all transportation, so they were trying to, cut off the American occupation of Germany. And they're like, no, we're just going to fucking fly in enormous amounts of supplies. You guys should check it out. Oh, the Fat Electrician has a phenomenal video on it.
That's cool.
He says, dude, he does the best videos. Sebastian, I don't know if you like him. I don't know if you watch him, but you would love him. The Fat Electrician. Check him out. Yeah, dude, it's crazy. It is. I mean, it is kind of messed up that he's 100, but nonetheless, he was a Nazi, and I don't know. I feel like they should take into account
I just feel like it's such fucking overkill at this point. You know what I mean?
I feel like they should take into account though his life, because what if after World War II, what if he was homeless for 20 years, then in an asylum for 10 years?
That's kind of my point. I'm
Yeah.
like, it's too little, too late to be doing that. The dude's lived an entire fucking life since.
Well, I mean, if
It's like, for all we know, he's a great great grandfather. Like,
yeah, but that doesn't change shit for me. You know,
it's like look, dude.
you commit the crime, you do the time.
It's like, okay, but how was it committed a crime when you were being instructed to do this shit? He was just a part of it.
I think that's probably why they're doing it.
It's like, this is where I think
so wait, hold
holding
on.
someone accountable for a crime gets a little bit fucked up.
But
I'm just like, because in the military, the mindset is so fucking different. Like, you're taught to think independently, think critically when you're growing up, right?
yeah.
But in the military, you fucking obey. You obey orders, fucking period. You do not disobey a fucking superior. That's not how that works.
Yes.
Like, period.
But I think that's part of why they're saying that he can be that he can be held trial now, is because a lot of them, like throughout the years, they would like launch probes to see if like they were just super young and just following orders, or if they were like actively participants in shit. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's one of the criteria that they do, like research before they designate if they can actually charge them with the crimes from World War II. I feel like that's part of it, because that's what I've seen that with pretty much all the other ones like Nazis that I've seen persecuted.
Think about it like this:
Charged, not persecuted.
Let's do the math. He's 100, right?
Mm-hmm.
100 years old. So we were talking about 44 being the end. So that was 80 years ago. The end.
I think it ended in 45.
The end was right around 44, 45. We had already basically beaten their ass at that point. And
Yeah.
Still a bunch of shit. So, I'm pretty sure it was right around the late 30s, early 40s that the Nazi regime fully took over Germany. That would put him right around 18. Somewhere in the ballpark of 16 to 20 years old, give or take. If he's 100 right now, that means he was born in 1914? No, 1924, sorry.
Yeah, 24.
1924. That was bad math for a second there. 1924, so yeah, he was like 16 to 20 years old when he was doing this. So, yeah, probably fully controlled, mind melded, because at that age, you're super susceptible to vulnerabilities like that. Like,
yeah,
come on.
but at the same time, even
Probably
if you
completely brainwashed into believing what they were doing was right, because he was literally outlining all these people that are not German or not Aryan race to be fucking insects, scum of the earth.
Well, yeah.
He was teaching these people.
But he did that to his whole country. He didn't just do that to the military.
I
was
know.
the whole
Not everyone
country.
agreed, of course, but like obviously he gained a very large support.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. Is
But how
'cause-
many of those guys just got looped in out of fear of death because that's what they were doing to people that weren't on their side?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. That's why they do the investigations to see if they work, because you can tell if they're just following
So why are
orders.
they investigating a dude that's a fucking 100 years old?
Because they were probably able to confirm that he was actively taking part, not just following orders. He was probably taking Jews out for target practice one day. He was probably raping, one day he's horny, he's going on, he was probably actively participating. And that's why they're probably persecuting him.
I still fully don't agree with it in any way, shape, or form.
We should definitely read it. Netflix, Hitler Circle of Evil, absolutely amazing documentary. Y'all should watch it. It's about Hutlers. Who's Hutler?
I do not agree in any way, shape, or form because as human beings, this is funny because I'm doing a philosophy paper on self-identity. And so, this is just bringing me back to that fucking talk we had about self-identity.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, I'm just like, I'm a firm believer that we never stop growing. Even as old people, we can learn. We have the ability to learn and adapt, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, who's to say this dude that was between the ages of 16 and 20 years old didn't learn to adapt to his environment? How do you know that even if he was taking Jews out for target practice, that wasn't just something that his fucking platoon was doing? And if he wasn't a part of it, he was against them.
Well,
'Cause that's how squads are.
But
Squads are close-knit like family.
Yeah, but unfortunately, there were plenty of soldiers that fucking disagreed and went AWOL. So you can't say that argument because it's not all of them.
And who's to say he'd still be alive?
He's still his own person. You know what I mean? Like, because fucking at the end of the day, he's still his own person.
Hey, I fully understand the sentiment.
Yeah, because I trust me, I
But it was
get
also
how.
a completely different fucking world back then.
Yeah, have you ever listened to the Hitler speech converted to English in
Not
his
fully,
voice?
no.
It's crazy. Somebody took an AI and they
Exactly.
yeah.
Put it in English.
So they took a speech from Hitler, converted it into English in his voice.
That's
So
wild as fuck.
people can see and understand like how, because everyone's always like, how the fuck could you be putting no blah blah blah, and then it helps put it into perspective because it's like a lot of our leaders here. You know what I mean? Like he talks about a lot of stuff that's for the people that they hate, blah blah blah, and then sneaks his ideology in there with the other stuff. So since they accept the stuff that they want, obviously, he gives them what they want, and then he throws his stuff in there. They accept the other stuff, so they just accept it all as a package, and then it slowly transitions more and more over to his shit, and that's how
That's how authoritarian is.
Yeah, but I am a firm, wholehearted believer that you are still your own person, and if you can be able to tell that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should be able to be self-aware.
Well, the one example that I'm going to bring up happened fairly recently. This country has been brainwashed. We voted for Trump. Just saying. Who was literally exhibiting through his entire campaign signs of authoritarianism or the desire to be an authoritarian leader.
So I don't think we've necessarily been brainwashed.
Which actually, because of all the red wave that we have experienced through this last election, entirely possible that he could convert to a authoritarian government. It's actually entirely possible.
I really doubt it, because I think people
honestly,
will rise up.
I have my doubts, 100%. Like, I feel extremely doubtful about that. But the thought that he could.
Well, we have checks
It's
and
fucking
balances.
scary.
You know what I mean? We have checks and balances, and
Yeah.
they'll fucking if they can impeach him again, and they may very well be like, all right, dude, this time it's sticking. You're getting the fuck out of this office.
Yeah, no.
You never know.
No, he has way too much support now. He has too many loyalists in there.
Well, yeah,
Way too many loyalists.
yeah, but
He got rid of all the people that were loyalists from his previous campaign are gone
yes,
because of what happened January 6th.
but loyalists can have their fucking line in the sand too, because they may be like, I'm gonna suckle from this teat while it's the best
and that's
teat
why
around.
he didn't get away with what happened on January 6th. That's why he was booted out of office eventually, and fucking Biden took over. You know, like,
That's what I'm saying.
eventually, yes, that's why he ended up losing that battle, because there were people that stuck to the system and said, "No, you lost. You didn't win this election," because he was just like, "Nope, I won. No, I don't care what the numbers say. I won. I'm not leaving." Like, that's just pure fucking ignorance.
Yeah, and obviously
Pure-
it didn't work out.
Like,
It's not.
they
Gonna,
literally have recorded phone conversations of him talking to voting state election officials, like the people that are fully responsible for counting the ballots.
yes.
Basically telling them, "Yeah, Georgia, we need to find another 11,000. Just find me another 11,000,"
I know.
and then threatening them if you can't find 11,000. I'm like, dude, what? Like, even as the president, like, I'm sorry, bro.
But that's
Like,
what I'm
you're
saying.
not gonna get
Dude.
away with that.
But he's been shot at.
Not
the
with
C-
legislation that was in place at the
The
time.
CEO got shot at. Like,
Shit
I'm
has
telling you.
changed, dude. This is
I'm telling
like,
you.
you really underestimate like how much
I think
power and loyalty
I think you
he
underestimate
actually has in
people.
place.
I think you underestimate people's
Oh,
bottom
you
line.
mean the people that you just said are fucking evil?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You're underestimating it.
People are greedy and selfish, so they won't allow him to do his shit.
Fuck yeah. I guarantee you, if he pushes something too far, somebody will gladly walk into a building with him in it with a bomb strapped to their chest. I guarantee
Yeah, but
it.
Trump's look. I'm not a Trump supporter, but he's not a fucking idiot.
I know he's not.
He's not an idiot. Like, I don't think he's gonna be that person that pushes the line like that.
But that's what I'm saying. But that would be the whole totalitarian thing that you're talking about. He's not going to do that because there's checks and balances. None of that will happen. And even if it did, we have our people to rise up.
I didn't say it would. I'm just saying, with the amount of power he has in legislation, he could technically do that. That is what I said.
Well, yeah, I know,
I
but
didn't say I think this is gonna happen.
no, I know. But that's what I'm saying is I'm trying to ease your fears because it's very unlikely because there are too many fucking people in the United States with AK-47s that have
I'm
their
still
own
in fear of
rights.
his executive orders either way. So that's something I can reasonably be in fear of. His executive orders, because anything he wants to pass is probably going to get passed because he has way too much support in the Supreme Court. So he appointed 3 of those officials himself, and the Republican Party has in total seated 6 of the current officials.
Yeah, well, the Supreme Court's been trash for a long time. They got rid of Roe v. Wade with Biden in office, so that
Yep.
they can all die. Who gives a shit? Fuck them.
Yeah, but Biden didn't appoint any of those people.
Doesn't matter. I'm just saying, like, it's not like anything's changed during that time. Changing 3 people, you know what I'm saying? It's not like the Supreme Court is 7 people, and that 3 people is going to be a major swing. They've been a shit house for a long fucking time, and
No, they used to be very good in the fucking.
I don't think they've been good since Bush.
That's what I was gonna say. Is they were good up until the Republicans got a hold of it, because Bush sat. How many was it? He sat 2, and then during Obama's administration, I think he only got to elect or nominate 2. Because it's a lifetime
remember.
thing. Like, retirement is death
Yeah,
for a Supreme Court justice. Like, they basically die. Like, that's retirement, basically.
unless they get
Or
forced
they
out.
do something really fucked up that's a public aesthetic issue.
Like
But
we should, like that
either way.
Terrence Johnson or whatever. The fuck, we should, God, get rid of that fucking guy.
like, bro, somehow Brett Kavanaugh is a fucking Supreme Court justice. I don't understand that. I watched his.
Yo, but
I watched his congressional hearing, and I was just like, what in the fuck, bro?
we do have.
How did this guy still get past it? Like, I don't. You know what? Just
We've got some awesome
I don't
people in
want-
Congress, though.
Yeah, some, but the majority goes to the Republicans. Unfortunately, everything.
No, I'm
is
talking.
all
I'm
Republican,
talking
bro.
about. I'm talking about policies. We've got good people in Congress. You know I'm a Republican, right?
Mhm.
I'm a registered Republican.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
I
Congress.
know, but you're clearly not in support of the Republican Party at this moment.
No. Hell no.
It's like,
Yo, when I was watching the Alien thing, the Alien Congress meeting, there's 2 congresswomen that are banging. I had to show Sarah. I was in disbelief. I'm dead
The
serious.
people in politics can be hot? Like, what?
Have you ever seen one?
I mean, Obama wasn't a bad looking dude. Pretty sharp looking dude.
I mean, yeah.
And that voice, like, bro.
Okay, so I'm talking
Like-
females. I'm talking women. How many
Okay,
attractive
alright.
women? I would say,
I mean, a lot of them are old.
dude, Sarah
I'll give you that
Palin
one.
was like the hottest one for a long time.
And she's all right. Crazy as fuck.
This is
Bitch off her rocker.
look. She has an Instagram
Oh,
post
wow.
somewhere in a bathing
My
suit.
lord.
Yeah, see, look, that's our congresswoman right there.
Jesus Christ.
I know,
Anna Paulina?
Anna Paulina Luna.
Sounds like a fucking porn star's name, dude. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm sorry if you ever see this video, Anna Paulina Luna.
She would never see this video.
Yeah, you'll never see this video. But if you ever do, I apologize for that comment. But I don't fucking regret it. You're hot as shit. Anyway,
That's what I'm saying. That's like I've
Jesus
never seen
Christ.
anyone in Congress like that. Like any government power like that. You know what I mean? So that it just threw me for a super loop, especially because she's actively like, yes, I want to get to the bottom of this alien situation. So not only, so she's also for like stuff I'm for, you know, which is kind of cool. I don't know if anybody's watched that. I definitely suggest you go watch it.
sounds interesting.
It was super cool because I mean everybody knows about Lou Elizondo, his like intelligence career, and like he's a legit intelligence person. Has a super high clearance. He's his book is everything that he can say that he's been given permission by
The government.
but they had 2 or 3 other people that were just as like credible. You know what I mean? Like they were also high in military. They were shit like that. And they were talking about their experiences and some of the stuff that they talked about I hadn't heard before. And I'm like, this is freaking sweet. I want this out so bad. And now you see we're having all these all the UFO things happen around everywhere, and now we're having a bunch of drone stuff happening everywhere. See all that stuff over New Jersey and New York.
Weird shit, dude.
Some of them definitely look like drones because they're flashing the red and greens like boat lights. But some of them don't have, like some of them it's just all white lights and it's like a triangle, but it has 3 blue. I don't know. So I'm like some of them are either drones that are made to look like UFOs, or they might actually be UFOs.
I don't know, dude.
Did you ever see the
It is weird though.
jellyfish? Is what they call it?
No.
It's honestly, to me, this is like the one. So, that was a good catch. Yeah, we'll finish after this. This is actually our longest one. Yeah, I think we've gone hour and a half, hour 45, something like that.
No. Probably hitting an hour now.
Oh yeah, hour and 15.
Yeah. That sounds about right. I think that's a good comeback episode, guys.
Feels a little long, but hold on, let me finish that statement.
All right, fine.
So, because I want everybody else to hear it, and I want you to go look at it. So,
Just show me when we're done.
okay, but so it's called the jellyfish. It literally looks like a droid from Star Wars, with just like a circular head and 4 mechanical arms, no body, but it's like all attached. But it has active camouflage on it. So you're watching so the camera's panning and you see everything just fine, but you see the distortion.
And this is something that the U.S. government made?
They didn't make. They released it as completely unidentified. They can't figure out what it is. But you can clearly make out that it is some kind of mechanical device that is flying through the air with no flames, no propellers, no wings, and it has active camouflage that is distorting light around it, so you can't directly see it, but you can see the full like shape of it. It's amazing. It's one of the, like it's
That's weird. Like, you can see the silhouette.
yes, 100%.
That's fucking